Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Happiness Colours Kirby Roseanne's. Just wanted to go through my December completed pages with you really, and then at the end of this video I will show everyone's pictures that was entered into this month's challenge, which was hashtag Kirby Snow 2022. My pages that I'm colouring are all really to do with the hashtag as well each month, the Kirby theme that I've been setting. I managed to do 5 pages this month, which for Kirby pages I think is quite good going. Previous 2 months I'd only managed to do 3, but I had been poorly as well. But like a few people said, it's not quantity, it's quality with Kirby pages, because they can be quite difficult. So yeah, like I say, I've managed to colour a few pages all with the snow theme. I did try one in Mythomorphia, and I did try to do it in a couple of videos, but I just wasn't happy with the way the snow was coming out, so I just trashed them because I didn't think anybody would want to watch me making a real hash of colouring snow. But I persevered with it and I got on with it, and I think I did, quite a few good pages. So this month I managed to colour in Fragile Worlds, Imagimorphia and Mythomorphia. So we'll start off with the Mythomorphia. So I coloured this page, and it was this one I did, which is the Gnome Mountain. I'll just bring you in a little bit so you can see the page a little bit closer. I think that's as far as I can get you in. Let me just see if I can bring you down somewhat there. So yeah, this page I used a lot of mixed media in this page. I used polychromos for all the image throughout, so the leaves, the waterfalls, the gnome, all the rocks and everything. And then I went over and started using the white, what's it called? The white pen, the white acrylic pen, to put the snow on. And then I went in with Arteza fine liners and added a bit of dark in between, and added the fine liner to, make the rock stand out a little bit more in the darker places. What else have I used? So I used Neo 2s for this bit of a sky here in the background. I was going to put all, snowflakes and stars on there, but didn't really feel the need for it in the end because there's that much on the page. I then used the Folk Art Extreme Glitter Paint and went over the snow and added little bits to the trees to add a bit of frosty sparkling to there. I use metallic pens in places like on the dinosaur egg, which is one of the finds on the page, and the other find was the playing card. Yeah, so I really had fun. Now this white stuff here was fantastic. I loved it. It's actually Tonic Studios Nouveau Drops. Let me just see if I can find it here in my, where it is. So it's the Stone Drops. Now when you use this on a page, it's like 3D, like the Nouveau Drops usually are, where you can make them and it stands off the page. But with this, can you hear it? It's like it's got sand in it, I think, and obviously it raises that off, so when it does set, it does actually go like stone. So putting that on there, it really added to the effect of the snow on the page. So I did use a lot of mixed media, like I say. I used glitter gel pens on the certain bits, like on the doves here at the back, and a little bit on the antlers, and again in the trees. And so I did use a lot of mixed media on there. I really enjoyed colouring this page. I really loved it. I wish I'd taken a photograph before I added all the extra mixed media on there, because it was really, it looked fabulous with all the fine liner shading that I put in there. I have started using that a lot more at the moment, using the fine liners to add the extra shading in. I use the Arteza ones, the 120 set, so you know, you do get a lot of various colours in there. So that is that page. Like I say, I coloured that one for the snow theme. And then next, let's see, we'll go to Fragile World. This was one book I used to dread when I first started colouring in this. But when I first seen it, I thought, I've never, oh, just bear with me 1 second. The dog's decided to jump on the table. I do apologise for that. Yeah, like I said, Fragile World was one of the books that I least liked because I'd never coloured realism before. But once I'd got onto doing the orangutan page a couple of months ago, this book has, you know, become one of my favourites now. So I did a couple of pages in here. Let me just move you along because the dog's knocked my table. Camera, there we go. So in this one, my first page I coloured was the penguins. Again, I love doing this page. Again, I did it all using my polychromo pencils, and then I got a set of the Oh Hoo Hoo markers, and for on top of the snow, I just went over with the white marker, covering it like I'd done the blue, and as I put the Oh Hoo Hoo marker down and dabbed it with my finger, the blue shades came through, so it did have that look of snow. And then I just went over again with the Folk Art Extreme Glitter Paint on all the snow tops, and it really does give that page a fantastic glitter. I don't know if that will catch on camera, maybe in the light there, I'm not too sure if you're getting that. And then I did also at the top of the page, you did Tim Holtz Distress Inks for the sky, just blended two colours together. I did do this page as well on a bit of a how do I colour, and I completed the wing and the sky actually on video. Again, I did use the fine liners to go in and just add a little bit of accents to the darkest places to show a bit more shadow on there. So yeah, I was thoroughly pleased with this page. This is the first page I did with the snow, and I seemed to get the colours right from there, so I carried on with those colours throughout the pages that I've done. So that was the penguin page. So yeah, that was for that one. Then I carried on in this book, and I did, wait, where are we? That was one page I was planning to do, but I never got round to it, unfortunately. The next two pages I did was these two. We'll do the leopard page first. So with this one, again, I use mostly Inktense pencils on this one, for the leopard and for the snow. I just went in with one colour and blended out into the snow, and then again I went over with the Oh Hoo Hoo white marker and covered all the snow, covered all the black lines and up the trees and the tree boughs and all along the top and everything. Covered it in white, went over the white lines, and then again platted it out with my finger, then went over with the Folk Art Extreme Glitter Paint. And then I just wanted to add something different, so I found some silver sequins in my stash and just put silver sequins all over, just to add that little bit of bling to the page. Again, I used the jelly roll, the jelly glaze roll for the eyes and for the nose, and the sparkle you get off that pen is just unbelievable. Like I say, I've seen people use it before in their videos, but until you use it yourself and you realise just how good that pen is. Like I say, I've ordered the white one as well, so I've hopefully got a couple of the white ones coming on my next order. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming. So that was my leopard page again, which was in Fragile Worlds. I really enjoyed colouring the page. I used Inktense for the background. What I do is I lay my pen, the colours down and go over, then I take the colour off I either scribble it into the tin of the Neo Colour 2s and take it up from that, or I do actually take it up from the pet crane itself and then just blend the colours in. So yeah, I did that page. So that was the leopard, and then we do the red panda. Again, quite a few people did choose these two for this month's hashtag theme, the snow theme. Again, it was all done in Inktense. I think I used 2 or 3 different colours of the Inktense just to get the different shades, trying to get the red ginger colour and then the darker colour. So I just like mixed and matched them and just dabbed them in with my water brush to get the right tone and then darker shades here. I didn't use the fine liner on this page for darker shadows. The trees were all done in the Inktense, just like the previous page, and the background was done in Neo 2s. Again, with the snow, I used a white acrylic pen and just went over the areas and dabbed it, but did colour over all the black lines in there, all the shaded areas, and then again went over again with the extreme. Now I don't know if you can see the extreme here, the glare on it is showing up on my page where I can see it, but I don't know if you guys can see it there. I hope you're getting it there up on the trees at the top. It's just fabulous, that extreme, just for the snow. It became a lifesaver for me in this. Like I said, I hadn't used coloured snow before in any of Kirby's books, and it was a fantastic challenge. I think it did get me out of my comfort zone, colouring, like I say, quite a few pages in Fragile Worlds. I hadn't done realism before. I did actually get photographs up from Google of the red bear, is it, or the red panda bear, and the leopard and the penguins, like I showed you a minute ago, and I did try to use reference colours for them. So I'm very happy with how these pages have come out so far. So that was 3 pages I did in Fragile Worlds, and again I added the sequins onto the page just for that little bit of I didn't really need it. The page was perfectly fine as it was, but I just thought I'd add something different to the page, as we can, because they're our own colouring pages, so we can add whatever we like to the pages. Okay, now the last page I did is a double page. It took me so long to complete it. It's actually in Imagimorphia, and it was the leopard page in this one. Now this was a definite for me. Let me just zoom you out a little bit so you can see the whole double page, hopefully. Need to go a little bit further, just bear with me a second. And there we go, and then let me see if I can, there we go. So there you go, there's the whole double page. I will zoom you in a minute on either page individually. Yeah, this was a must page for me as soon as I did set the snow theme, because it's not often you get a Kirby page that has anything to do with Christmas, but in here we've got the Christmas sleigh, Christmas animals, Christmas trees, penguins, polar bears, and I just thoroughly loved it. And again, I threw everything at this page. So I'll bring you in and we'll look at this page first. I did use a lot of mediums again on the pages, so I did I used my Black Widows 180 set, all the collections on this page. So all the images were done in the Black Widow pencils. I tried to, at first I had noticed I'd coloured more fur, and hardly any fur mostly was, so I did erase all that and had to redo all that. But the Black Widow's pencils do erase really well as well, even if you've gone over like to the point of burnishing them. You can delete, rub them out and it comes over. So again, I went over, I tried so hard with these pens. I think I used about 3 of the paint pens I had. I didn't have any Posca pens. The Ohu marker, it was a little bit too thick. I needed a thinner nib, so I used some cheaper ones, but then the colours were, you know, the previous colours were coming through because I had already used the Inktense fine liners for shading. So then that was making the white snow like a bluey colour, grey colour. So I had to keep going over and over all the white snow quite a few times with different acrylic markers, but I got there in the end. I've used, what else have I used? So yeah, it's the Black Widows, the acrylic white liners. I used the Sakura glaze roll for all the black eyes on all the animals and for his nose and for his eyes. The back was all done in ink, in Neo Colours 2s. Again, I blended like 3 shades of blue into the purple at the top. I went over and flipped all the background with what I thought was originally white acrylic, did the splatter marks, but I realised I'd picked the wrong one up, and it was the extreme glitter. I wondered why it was all soaking into the page, but there's just so much glitter now splashed onto the back of this image to add to the snow, which I really loved. I used the Sakura Jelly Roll Stardust pens as well on this page. So we'll move on to this page now so you can see this one a little bit closer, hopefully. Yeah, again, so there's nothing different. I've used the silver jelly roll for all the baubles. They were all done in the Sakura glitter gels. Mostly, like I say, it was the white acrylic paint and the Black Widows themselves. Now on here, I'll see if you can notice on the globe, because obviously it's like a glass globe, I did go over the top with Nouveau Drops Jewel, and I just did a circular, so it looks like it is actually a glass circular globe on there. It has, you know, come up quite shiny. You can still see underneath as well, and I did all the snow and that underneath it first, and then just went round and created that. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this page. I can't tell you how many hours it took me, because it took me days. I think I was working on it for about 4 or 5 days in total, in between. So this obviously double page took me the longest to do, but I really enjoyed it. I tried to throw as much different mediums at it as I could, and yeah, like I said, I just had fun. So they're the pages that I created for the Kirby hashtag theme this month, this being snow. Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've put them all on Instagram, so they're all on Instagram for you to see there, to have a look at. I have had a lot of messages as well, people saying how much they are enjoying the hashtag themes. That is, inspiring. It's giving them another, inspiring them to get the Kirby books out, really, and that's what my channel is all about. I want everyone, to just share the love of Kirby pages. He's got so many books out there. We've got, I think it's 9 different books, and I've coloured in all these books now at least 1 page in each of his books. I have got his calendars as well, 2 calendars, which is the Mythic World calendar and the Mythomorphia calendar. I haven't coloured their pages yet, the January pages here that I've got to colour this month. The first one is the Fragile World, is the leopard. But obviously I coloured that earlier on in a page, but I will tackle this at some time in January. And then the Mythomorphia calendar for January is, I'm not too sure what it's called, but I'm hoping to get at least these two done in January. I might do them as colour alongs. I don't know if anyone else has got the calendars and would like to do it as a colour along with me. I'm not too sure yet on that one, but I will be doing them at some stage in January. So I've got them 2 to colour, and then in January we're going to have the new hashtag, which I'll be releasing hopefully on the 1st of January. Get the video filmed either later this evening or on the 1st, and then announce what colour theme we're going to go for January, and hopefully everyone will join in and like you know, just getting something out there and all joining in and sharing the love of Kirby pages. So next to follow, what I'll do is I'll leave you guys now. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the love of Kirby and everything Kirby on this channel. I won't be colouring any other books or anything like it, just all solely Kirby Roseanne's books, his new and his older books. So I'll leave this for now. Please subscribe to my channel. There'll be a lot more videos coming up in January of me doing colour alongs, me doing various stash hauls. And don't buy a lot of stash because I do have some, but I will be showing you what I've got and what I colour with. I won't necessarily always colour in my favourite pencils, which are the polychromos. I will be using other brands like the Brute Funa Squares and Arteza pencils, the Derwent Artist pencils and other pencils I have bought. I do love my Inktense pencils as well, so they will be shown along with the newest things I've got for Christmas, which are the Faber-Castell pastel pencils, and I also got the Tim Holtz distress pencils, so I will be using them next in my pages and hopefully sharing, you know, how I find them, whether the distress pencils are much different from the Neo colours. At first I thought the distress pencils were like a crayon because that's how they felt, but it is actually the pencil, you know, just in woodless pencils, sorry, that's what they're called rather than a crayon. So it's going to be interesting to see how they take to paper and how I can use them in my Kirby pages. So hopefully that will all be coming in January. So like I say, I love yous and leave yous now. Following this will be everyone's completed pages that entered into the Kirby December colour along. So I love you all. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you all the best health, wealth and happiness to everybody for 2023, and let's carry on colouring Kirby together. So I'll leave you there. Speak to you all soon. Bye.